waste problems, nuclear fallout from the earthquakes. And that's going to move people into these slave fusion camps. It's purpose how they're doing this. They're going to go into Iran purposely, eventually, and that's going to begin the war of all wars, in which they're going to really need those scanners and everything they've implemented. Certain areas of the land during the bailout was paid to China. So China is supposed to own certain parts of the United States. Document it, keep this. Even if someone try to take this down, make sure you download this on your computer or save it to something, a voice or something you can use later. The world powers over Europe is going to double cross China and look to take away the landmass they promised China. And China is going to join with Iran. He's going to put hook in their jaws and turn them back. That's Japan. That's China. Then Isaiah the 13th chapter will be fulfilled when it's going to be an onslaught where they actually use their missiles and America is invaded. While the powers who've sold America out already are living in Europe. They're going to all get out. They're going to all leave. A lot of them have left already. They bought property in areas already. Why? Because the 10 horns were against her from the beginning. The 10 horns is Rome. So they want to give her up to be burned with fire. Revelation 17. I need you to read the end of that.
Revelation chapter 17, verse 1.
No, go down to the end of it.
Revelation chapter 17, verse 18. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
That great city that reigneth over the kings of the earth. Let's get the 10 horns right here. Right here in the 12th verse.
Revelation chapter 17, verse 12.
Go ahead.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as yet.
They didn't receive their kingdom because America jumped over them. Read.
But receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
But the New World Order kings or the powers will be ruling at the very end with the beast. That's why it says 1 hour with the beast. Read.
Verse 13. These have one mind.
These have one mind.
And shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
They shall give their power and strength unto Satan. Go ahead.
These shall make war with the Lamb.
And they shall make war with the Lamb, which is Christ.
And the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is the Lord of lords and the King of kings. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful.
So Christ is going to destroy the European kings, the bankers who are ruling the world and using America as their whipping boy. But now in America have no military strength. They're spread out too thin. Now America themselves are saying that people that come back after the war, veterans, are enemies of the state. They're now poisoning your veterans and poisoning you while you're in the military. There is no American military now. It's NATO. It's the European World Army. Like it was in ancient Rome. Read.
Verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
So this is talking about the country that was made out of every nation and kindred and tongue. The melting pot, America. Read.
Verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
These shall hate the whore. Talking about Europe. Read.
And shall make her desolate and naked.
And make her desolate and naked. And that's what happened through the bailout, through their bankers. Read.
And shall eat her
And
flesh.
shall eat her flesh. That means tear her off, limb from limb, piece by piece, until she's no more. And what?
And burn her with fire.
So when this thing happened, and the world bankers that are controlling Europe, when they double cross China, that's when it's going to be allowed for Iran and China and these other countries who are in league to take America down, so that they can get their power 1 hour with the beast. That's the future. That's the New World Order. The New World Order never was meant for America to thrive forever. It started at Rome, and America was used as a proxy to build Satan's power in his kingdom to get back out in space on the backs of those who built Egypt. And when those things were accomplished, then there will be no more use for this so-called great country, because the people who are there will wake up and begin to fight against their program. So they're going to double cross, and soon the missiles are going to come. We've been reading these out of the scriptures for the longest, thus saith the Lord. And it's at a point where it doesn't matter whether you hear or whether you forbear. It's coming. Everything the Most High allowed us to bring out of these scriptures is about to come to pass before your eyes. And that's the real reason they're looking to cancel channels and to control what's being said on the world stage or the world platform. There's not a freedom of speech. Okay? You have a freedom to say what you're programmed to say. But you're not free to teach the truth and to uphold truth in this earth. It's a threat to a system that's built on lies. They're going to bring forth the mark of the beast. They're going to destroy the fault lines. They're going to, brothers and sisters, destabilize all the nuclear reactors. And that's going to be the biggest disaster America has ever seen. And as a pretext of that, your foreign armies are going to war against you. They're in the country already. Eventually they're going to go against Iran, and that will be the game changer. Isaiah the 13th chapter. But through all this, the Most High is going to deliver those who are under His grace. And we will see Zion. We will grow together as a people. There will be no rapture that's going to place you up into heaven before an Antichrist pop up. Forget about it. That will not happen. If Christ suffered these things, you ought to suffer these things also. There will be no great court up until Christ returns. And everything I've just mentioned is in prophecy before He returned. So that's why they're looking to take down some of the channels and do things against us. But why? Think about it, brothers and sisters. They don't want no one week by week giving you a blow by blow idea of what they're doing while they're doing it. That's what's going on, brothers and sisters. It's going to come a time where you will not be able to hear the word, but it's okay. I think we've done a lot to bring truth to this world. Okay? The last piece is that we got brothers and sisters working on a new site that'll be coming, in which all of our videos will be on the site in categories where you can get everything and the new uploads and all that. So when it comes to YouTube, YouTube will just be an open door where we can put up certain things to bring them to the channel that will bring them truth, as long as we can do it. And those who have subscribed, we thank you. Those who have been a part of this work and continue to deal with this work all over the earth, we thank you. And you will have information on how to stay connected. But it's going to come a time, brothers and sisters, when those options will not be on the table either. They're going to cut this whole thing off. This whole internet thing is going to be off. And I see how they're doing things. I tried something just to see. And going back to them canceling channels and all that. What I did was I opened up, we did another account, just a test account, on a separate computer, and it didn't ask for the phone number. But if I do it on a computer in which we set up something, the IP address has already been tagged by Google. I want y'all to examine that. So it's already in play. Sister is already in play. Everything they're doing is already in play. And they have their eyes on those who they've been watching a long time. And I know they had an eye on this channel for a long time. Because you can say what you want to say about a person, but you cannot deny the truth that have come from this church. And if you want to accept the truth, you got to accept the fact that the truth came from the Most High in Christ, regardless of what any of you might think. So I wanted to break this down so you can all understand what we're coming into, and to say, continue to pray for us. We'll pray for you all. And I wanted to touch more on this mark of the beast, but I guess I'll do that in our coming classes. I'll do that in the coming classes. That's a big thing to them, brothers and sisters. This new one world currency, which is electronic. It's big. You're already used to purchasing things right online. They made it cheaper for you to do that. It's about to go down. UPS, all of these different mail companies, they're all a LinkedIn. It's about to happen. All right, so I wanted to put these things out to you so that when it happened, you'll know. Do not buy the Russia teaching on what Russia going to do. Okay? Russia is a proxy of the 10 horns that have been used the whole time. They are not Magog, okay? They're Edom. That's who they are. Who took down that area during the Idumean Grecian War. They're playing both sides. Don't buy into the prophecies of Christians tell you what Russia is going to do. Russia is a proxy. Did Russia stop them from going into Libya? No. But who you better watch, according to Isaiah the 13th chapter, is the Medes. Iran. America know they can't pay back the debt that's owed to China as much as we can't pay back the debt they created in America. They know that this debt is inflated, that what they gave China cannot be paid. So what happens when China figured that out? When they actually tell China? China will say, well, okay, if I can't have the country, okay, I'm going to get with Iran, and we're going to deal with the country. And with these nuclear reactors, like I mentioned before in the class, that's your brother, Josh. All right, tell you later. So what happens? This is what's going to happen. I'm telling you, with these nuclear reactors and all those things, it's coming. So China is going to have his hand in there, and Persia is going to have their hand in it, which is Iran. And then they're going to have to deal with our people who are loose there fighting. It's going to happen with these nuclear reactors when these nuclear reactors go out and there's no electricity.